Hello, dear students. So here we come up with again a conceptual topic, very small, not more than 5-10 minutes. The topic is related to business head. When you are doing add and less, students are confused for the how to give the effect for the bed debts. Okay, so two questions we are going to see in this. I will share the file, and with that, it should be clear to all of you. Two concepts we will see here. 1 minute, I'll just share the file. Yeah. So this is clear to all of you on the screen, and it is talking about how the Bedet is allowed, first thing. And once we know that how the Bedet is allowed, okay, then if the Bedet is recovered, then what treatment is to be given. So two things we are going to discuss here, right? Let us see in business head. Is bed debt allowed as expenses? Because if it is debited and if it is allowed, you don't need to do anything. But if it is debited and if it is disallowed, you need to add it to the net profit. So let us see, bed debt is allowed subject to some conditions. Just see where my cursor is going, and I'm reading for all of you. Bad debt should be incidental to business. Okay, it should be related to your sales or your income related to your business. It should have been taken into account in computing income of the SSC, right? That means when you record party to sales, then only you can show bad debt to party, right or not? So sales or income, or even if it is banking or any other business, they should record the income first related to the bad debt. Third is, bad debt is allowed when it actually happens. In short, provision for doubtful debts debited in the profit and loss account are not allowed. Then what is allowed? Bad debt is allowed. How is bad debt allowed? It should be written off in the books. So in your P&L account in the books, as per the Companies Act, you should write off the bad debts. You should not show provision for bad and doubtful debts. That's not allowed. It should be actually bad debt, and we should be able to prove that actually the bad debt has been incurred. Very important, the D condition, business in respect of which debt is incurred should be continued during the year. Once the business is closed, you can't claim a bad debt. So business should be continued, right? And next point is same. It should be actually written off. These conditions are just like your house property, okay? The tenancy should be bona fide and we should have taken legal action. Similar lines with that. G point is very important. If subsequent recovery is less than the unallowed amount. Suppose bad debt is allowed 8, but afterwards you have recovered or something has gone wrong and actually the bad debt is 10. 2 more will be allowed when the bad debt is incurred. But then the business should be continued, right? So bad debt allowed is cleared now for 2 marks or 1 mark, but this is an important adjustment in add and less. Usually students come up with a doubt, ma'am, bad debt allowed, the conditions are clear, what I read now. But what about when the bad debt is recovered? Bad debt recovered, sometimes they are taking it as income, sometimes they are not taking. So how to do the treatment depends upon this formula, what I have written here. Okay, bad debts recovered is after 2-3 years. If the party is honest, he'll say, that time I'm not having the money, now I'm having, take it. So now how will you record it? Bad debts is earlier allowed, okay, and now it is recovered. It's fully taxable as business income because earlier bad debt was allowed. I'll take an example now. Suppose bad debt earlier only disallowed, you debited, and the department said, no, no, this is not allowed. They disallowed, they added. So have you paid tax that time only? So now when it is recovered, it's not taxable. No income in the world is taxed twice. That's a very simple funda. So let us see these examples. With this, you will be able to work out your problems of add less perfectly. Suppose bad debt is debited in the books 1000, bad debt is allowed 1000. Now after 2-3 years you have recovered 1000. Is it taxable bad debt when recovered? Yes. That time they have allowed as expense 1,000. Now you have recovered 1,000. So it's a business income. So in P&L account credit side, if they give bad debts recovered, nothing is to be done. It is your business income. Included that you compute your business income. Second example, bad debt is debited in books 1,000. Allowed is nil. It's not allowed. They said no, this bad debt is not allowed. So when they disallowed and you debited, they added that time and they taxed it in that year only, right? Now when bad debt is recovered, it's not taxable. So if bad debt earlier disallowed, now recovered, if they have credited in the P&L account, what will you do? Less you will do, right? Now, the third example, bad debt is debited 1,000, department allowed 800. You recovered 800, okay? Then what will be the taxable bad debt? 800. They had allowed 1,000. Okay, sorry, they had allowed how much? 800. And you recovered 800. So how much is business income? 800 and not 1,000. Because bad debt recovered is 800. Now, 1,000 is debited in books, allowed is 800, but you have recovered only 500. Though earlier they have allowed 800, but you have recovered 500. How much will be business income? Only 500. That simple it is. Once more, I want to go to this formula, what I have made and written here in bold. Take down this in your notebook as booster notes. Take down this example also, solve it. Any doubt, any queries you have, you can put it in mail to us. Once again, bad debt, if it is earlier only allowed, now it is recovered, fully taxable as business income. Bad debt earlier only disallowed. So there only they have added and taxed it. Now recovered, still not a business income. Okay, so this is a very small concept. I'm coming up with more videos on the amendments applicable for this July and December exam. Right? Wish you all the best. Study well. Bye bye. And here I'm signing off till we come up with the next conceptual video. Bye bye, all of you.